Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Daily Fantasy Digest Podcast, the all-inclusive podcast where we talk all things fantasy sports to help give you an edge. We are back here today breaking down this Wednesday 11-game slate. It's a good one. Really looking forward to getting into this one. But before we do that, let's look back at yesterday. Just another great day. We mentioned Buehler as being a top option. He absolutely crushed it. Castillo was very popular in cash games, so it wasn't too bad that he didn't do as well as we thought. Pineda came out swinging 8 Ks, only 1 earned. Incredible performance. Also mentioned Tanaka in there, who pitched a hell of a game as well. The Nationals just did not perform. Trey Turner performed pretty well. Rendon was decent. But Dinger of the Day called Matt Adams did not perform as we thought. They were very chalky in cash games, which was very good for our line. But we had Aaron Judge mentioned in there as well, who homered in the first inning, which is incredible. Got his 100th homer, which is nice to see. We had Pittsburgh mentioned with Kevin Newman, who went for double digits, and then Boston as well with a few players who went off as well. So overall, not too bad of a night. Not the best, not the worst. Definitely want to bring the fire for today's slate. I don't want any of these pitchers above 10K, and I don't think they're going to be chalky. I think this mid-tier range is going to really suit a lot of people well. There's 3 pitchers that I'm really keen on today. My top option here today is Tanner Roark. Kansas City's been getting absolutely destroyed by Oakland. Their pitching has just put Kansas City into a lull. They didn't even put up more than a run last night against Mike Byers. So I definitely expect a similar performance with Tanner Roark on the mound. Definitely a bounce back year from the time when he was the Reds, where we used to target him with bats. Now we're targeting him as a pitcher. 3.95 ERA with 131 Ks. Definitely pitches very well, as Kansas City has a lot of right-handed batters. So this is definitely going to suit Roark well. My second pitcher, he's not going to be my SP2, but another one just to pivot off of Roark is Anthony Desclafani going up against Miami. Now, Miami did put the runs on Luis Castillo last night, but this is Miami. It's still going to be Miami, and we're going to treat him as Miami. Worst offense in the league. Desclafani has been pretty well this season. And I think he could definitely carry that into a game against Miami tomorrow, and you could use some savings off of Tanner Roark to get some better bats. But for me, I'm going to stick with Roark, and my SP2 is going to be Aaron Savale. Going up against Detroit. Indians have just been destroying Detroit. I beat them 10-1 last night. Savale has been an incredible pitcher, especially away from home. I really like his performance at 7K. I think you're getting exactly what you're paying for. 1.82 ERA with 25 Ks. Decent K upside, potentially into the 20-point range, which is really all we need, because we're going to want to pay up for some pretty top bat stacks. And I got 3 areas where I really want to target some hitters. So let's jump into that here. First person I want to target is going to be Jacob Nix, pitching for San Diego Padres. Hasn't pitched at all this year. Has a 7.02 ERA and 9 starts in AAA. So I really want to target a few Dodgers players here, just to get some diversification to the lineup. There's just a few players that are too cheap. Corey Seager and Jock Peterson are 2 that I really like. Corey Seager, I've been on him a lot this year. He's been hitting incredibly well. A lot of double-digit performances. Just a great base hitter. And then Jock is a boomer bust play. If he hits the homer, it's great. If he doesn't, it is what it is. He's only 4.1K. He's not super expensive. Max Muncy is a good pivot. So yeah, I need at least 1 or 2 from the Dodgers here today. Now, my favorite spot to get bats from tonight is going to be the Angels going up against a bullpen game that's going to have Farrell and Ariel Jurado. So this is going to be just absolute homer fest. Got to go with my boy Mike Trout. Got to get Trout in there. I think this is a great spot for Mike Trout. With all of the high hitters tonight, I really like to go towards Trout. He's having an incredible year, 42 homers. I think this is a no-brainer for me. Ohtani, I think he's definitely playable. I'm not going to play him here today because I'd actually rather pay for either Cole Calhoun or Justin Upton. But I really like Cole Calhoun here, hitting in the 5 spot usually. He's got a lot of power and really just smashes righties. So I think this is going to be a great spot for Calhoun and Trout to really do some damage here. Now, it doesn't say that you can't add more from the Angels, but for me, I'm just going to stick with Trout and Calhoun. Now, the last spot, which I think is going to be a popular spot for bats, is going to be the Cleveland Indians going up against Jordan Zimmerman. It's tough between Seager in Lindor. I'm really, really on Lindor. I've liked him a lot this year. But I really do like Yasiel Puig here today. I think Puig is a great spot. It's really interesting, his pricing for me. So with that being said, I will play him anytime that I can get him below 4.5K. And then Jason Kipnis at 3.7K is an absolute phenomenal play, in my opinion. I think he garners a lot of value. So I really, really like Jason Kipnis here. He's been hitting with a lot of power recently. He went yard tonight. So I really like Jason Kipnis there. And then, there's a few players that I like at third base. Jose Ramirez is definitely one of them. I think you can play him. I mean, he's had quite a run, to be honest. But I do like a hot hitter here. If you're going to go with somebody, I do like Justin Turner. He's been absolutely incredible lately. And I think the Dodgers, it's hard for me to say. I think the Dodgers are going to be a very sneaky stack tomorrow. I don't expect a lot of people to really pay up, just seeing as how expensive they actually are. Jason Kipnis being a second baseman, you can get a lot of players really cheap, 3.7K, 4.1K for Jock Peterson. Now, like I said, if you spend up for somebody like Max Muncy, and then you go third base, and, you put in Jose Ramirez, I mean, that changes a little bit of things. It only leaves you with a certain amount of money left. With that being said, Max Muncy or Jock Peterson, definitely viable. But I'm on both. So just to give you both perspectives, you'll be left with 4K or versus 4.3K with Jock Peterson. I'll leave Muncy in here just for the sake of this because I do think paying up for catcher today, I know this is weird, paying up for catcher in Will Smith is a great option. So that might be a reason to stay down on somebody like Jock Peterson. It leaves you 4K for a third baseman. And you can do as you please with that. David Fletcher is an incredible option. Love David Fletcher. I've been on him a lot. But today I really want to pay up for catcher. Will Smith has been on an absolutely incredible roll lately, hitting 290 in the year with 12 homers. Kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, if we just look at his performances here, he has been absolutely destroying lefties and righties over this game, over this stretch. He's kind of been a force to be reckoned with, averaging 10.1 fantasy points per game. So I really like a lot of Dodgers here today. I'm going to leave third base open for interpretation for whatever you guys choose. Dodgers aren't my top stack. I think the Angels are still in a better spot. But my Dodgers are my sneaky stack. I think stacking 2 or 3 is definitely an option. If I were to move around any of them, it would be Peterson for Muncy or maybe Seager for Lindor, something like that. But for now, this is roughly what my lineup's going to look like come lock tomorrow. My locks are Will Smith, Trout, Calhoun, Puig, and Kipnis, and then Seager and Peterson are interchangeable. So with that being said, I like Rourke and Savale at pitcher, like a Dodgers, Cleveland, and Angels mix. And then third base is open for interpretation. Like I said, last night, Matt Adams was a dinger of the day call. He was a lot of people's go-to option at first base with how cheap he was. He unfortunately didn't homer. So today, my dinger of the day call is going to be Mike Trout. I think he goes deep with ease. I could actually see a multi-homer game from Trout tomorrow. So I'm going to go Mike Trout with the dinger of the day call and thumbnail of this video. With that being said, hope everybody's been enjoying the breakdowns lately. If you do, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind. Head on over to Twitter, follow us at FantasyDigest_, where you can stay up to date with everything regarding our new t-shirt designs and anything video related as well. Head down into the description. You'll find a link to our website, thedailyfantasydigest.com. You can go ahead and check out all the t-shirt designs that we currently have out. Snag one. Support the podcast. If you do, send me a DM on Twitter. I'll make sure to throw something extra in there for you. As well, I just dropped a video yesterday for NFL season, my top running back picks and sleepers for the draft. If you are drafting within the next week and a half, I will have a wide receiver video out on Thursday for my top receivers, just to kind of give you guys my opinion on who I would take and what position in the draft. So with that being said, hope everybody's been enjoying these breakdowns and has been cashing out as well as I have. We've been on an absolute roll, so looking to continue that today. Appreciate all the support. Good luck to everybody tomorrow, and we'll see you on Thursday for another breakdown here on the Daily Fantasy Digest podcast.